And a big welcome once again to TigerTV. I'm your host Tony Symonds, and today we are lucky, very fortunate to have Brad Agnew with us, who, as we all know, played his 100th game for Glenelg Football Club on the weekend. Welcome, Brad.
How you going, Sol, mate?
Going very well. Well, I suppose we might as well get straight to it, really. 100 games, looking forward to a big day. Got the family in town, and things didn't really go according to plan, I would have thought.
No, not so much. I think about sort of 20 seconds in, she was lights out. So yeah, had a bit of family down, and I was looking forward to a good day, but didn't pan out like that.
Tell us about your poor old auntie, mate. Tell us what happened there. She's come down to see you play.
She doesn't venture down too much, but I invited her down for the 100th game, and she rocked up 5 minutes in and couldn't see the mop of red hair out there, so she asked someone in the crowd, and they just said, "Oh, we're so sorry," and she just didn't know what was going on, and then she worked out that I was off and I wasn't coming back on, so that's disappointing.
Yeah. Now, I'm sure the medical staff came out and asked you a lot of questions. They used to ask us sort of what day it was and which over we were playing at, and if we were okay with that. We got 2 out of 2 right, we were back on. What happened there? Did they ask you a couple of difficult questions?
Yeah, I remember him asking me who we played last week, and I said West Adelaide, so that was about a month ago.
So immediately ruled out?
Yeah, and I think he said, "No, I don't think you're any good here." But I was saying, "No, I'm all good. I'm right to go back on." So no, I think Grant did his job there, so they're pretty careful these days.
Not the recommended way to celebrate your 100th, Brad. So,
no.
And obviously, I'm not certain what the setup is with lockers at the moment, because I know we've just moved, but a bit of a thrill. Eventually we'll be set up and you'll have your number on the famous number 6 for forever.
Absolutely, that's a great honour, and old Lukey Pinozzo, fellow South East boys, just above me there, so
he was one of my favourites, old Luke. Old Luke, I'll say now, he's a young father and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
A great steward of the club. And have you got another 100 in you, Brad, do you think?
Oh, hopefully if I don't.
Well, it'd be good to celebrate the 200th slightly better fashion than you celebrated the first 100.
I would like to get a full game in next time, hopefully, so if I can stick around for that 200, hopefully, I'll get the full game in.
Of course, it could be worse, I played my 200th, and because we played at Elizabeth, of all places, the cheer squad decided it was too far to go and decided that they'd give me a banner for my 201st game at Footy Park. So it could be worse, mate.
It could be worse. They put a lot of effort into my banner as well. I felt a bit sorry for everyone that put all the effort in, but hopefully if I'm around they can, I
shouldn't be laughing, but that's about the last thing you remember, running through the barra.
It was. I saw my photo and I thought, geez, I'm ugly, and then bang, and was out.
Well, let's go back to the start a bit. Tell us your football journey, how you ended up at Glenelg Footy Club, and where that started as a junior and how you ended up at Glenelg, mate.
Yep, so started obviously from the southeast, grew up on a farm just down the road from Benny Mills, ex-club captain. Obviously everyone sort of knows that story, and played all my juniors at Mount Burr, which old Johnny Seaburn, he was a Mount Burr great and played, I don't know how many games did he play.
They must all be grumpy down there. I think Steve's played just over 300 games.
Yeah.
He was one of the grumpiest blokes I've ever played with. And let's be honest, Ben Mill's not far away. He was reasonably grumpy as well.
I don't know whether I'm grumpy, but so played all my junior footy down there, and then eventually moved to Adelaide when I was 17, and played a bit of under 18s and went to Sacred Heart, and been here ever since, and loving it. So
I wasn't aware you were from Sacred Heart. Did you board at Sacred Heart?
Yeah, I boarded there. So I was moving up to play under 18s, and that was sort of the best situation other than finding a house. It's sort of easy to go to boarding school, and that's all taken care of. So I got to play a bit of college footy and for Glenelg as well, which is good fun.
So played first 18 under Tony Goodrich.
Anthony Goodrich, yep. So that was great fun. Got to do all the interco and Assumption. Great school. Met a lot of my great friends now are from there, and it's just a great school. So it's good to be part of it.
Back there for a guest role, coaching the first 18s under the great Johnny Symonds, who's taken over this year.
Johnny's there now, so that's great.
The boys missing him around here, do you think?
Oh, we don't have a pool table anymore, so I don't know. That's why he left, I think. He's going to
He'd rate himself on that too, wouldn't he? He would. Now look, let's talk about this year a little bit. The back six. reasonably tight group this year. A couple of them, been together for a few years now. You're a bit of a team within a team down there, aren't you?
Yeah, no, it's great. We got obviously Jimmy's the general back there, but obviously Cuz, AJ, Braddles has been down there as well. It's probably the most senior group, so it's good to have a sort of core group of blokes that have been here for a while, sort of commanding stuff back there. Because obviously we've had a sort of a high turnover of players the last sort of few years, so it's good to get a bit of a core group together and sort of hopefully everyone sticks around and we can have some success.
Yeah, it does have a bit of a feel, a bit like 2008 when we made the grand final last time. There's a core of blokes now who've played 80 games, 100 games, 120. That must inspire a little bit of confidence amongst
Yeah, it
the whole
does.
group.
It does, because, if SNFL's bloody tough, obviously, not many people stick it out if they don't make it. So sort of keeping a core group together is, it goes a long way to sort of achieving success. You look at Woodville and Sturt and those sort of teams that have got those blokes that have played sort of 80 or more games that stick around. That's where the sort of success comes from, I think. So hopefully we're on the right track, but yeah.
Now look, like most blokes who play in the back line, you probably think you're also better suited to be playing somewhere forward. Any chance you could get forward at some stage or back into the middle?
Oh, hopefully. I was a midfielder back in the day, but it goes around in circles, and you sort of play wherever you get put. Obviously, as long as you get a game, I'm happy. So
Have you kicked a goal this year?
no, I haven't. I was hoping to kick one on the weekend, but I got KO'd. So
I noticed looking through your stats at the start of the year, you'd played 90 games and only kicked 12 goals. I would have thought if your 100th had gone longer than about 45 seconds, you might have been running forward trying to get on the end of one.
I teed the boys up too. I said, look, I'm going to try and sneak forward, and if you see me, hit me up, otherwise I'll spray you. So, but I didn't last that long, so yeah,
Now,
maybe next time.
Just looking through some of the stuff on the Footy Club website today, Matty Locken, our coach, who's doing a sterling job, made mention that you may end up being one of the greats of the club. So that means to me you've got at least another 100 games in there.
Yeah,
and that puts a bit of pressure on, really, but obviously the coach thinks pretty highly of you.
Oh yeah, it does. I might need another 300 if I'm going to be one of the greats, but maybe a couple of premierships as well. But it's obviously quite humbling.
A couple of premierships would be nice.
Yeah, it would
just
be.
one would be nice.
Just one would be
a nice start.
That'd be very good.
There's a bit of quiet confidence amongst the group this year, do you think? I mean, I know we're 6-4 and we're nowhere near certain of playing finals. But let's be honest, our best football this year is clearly good enough to put us up against the best sides and make us competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, winning a couple of early ones obviously gave us a bit of confidence. We obviously got a long way to go. We still lost 4 games, we're 6-4 as you said, but I think our best is definitely good enough, and yeah, we've got a bit of confidence at the moment, so hopefully going into the back end of the year we can string a couple together and play finals. Anything can happen.
Now you may not remember this about yourself after the weekend's activities, but they tell me you got quite a good sense of humour, and that came out quite clearly from some of the guys I spoke about. In fact, Paul Sandico, I'm not sure of your private life and your personal status, but Paul Sandico mentioned that you're the sort of guy that you like to take out your daughter. Are you currently involved with anyone? Or?
I got a lovely girlfriend, Mary, so
right.
Yeah, she comes along.
That's going okay, is it?
Yeah, no, that's going well. So we're living together at the moment, so it's going quite well.
Well, you better make sure you speak highly of that, or there'll be no tea tonight when you get home.
Nah, she's
from the southeast or an Adelaide girl?
Nah, she's from Port Lincoln originally, but she went to Sacred Heart as well, and obviously, all their family, they live just around the corner from Sacred Heart, so great family and great woman.
Seem very settled. I said all the right things there. But they do tell me you've got a good sense of humour. I don't suppose you've got a joke that you could throw at us straight away?
Not
anything coming to mind? Or
there's a few.
Anything funny happened on the ground this year?
I do like to have a joke.
Jimmy Seller. I mean, does he let you down occasionally on that full back line? must have a story about Jimmy.
Nah, he's a legend, Jimmy. I love. I don't have a bad word to say about him. He's a great bloke, and
Jimmy, I think you're lucky you got knocked out on the weekend. You just can't remember what's happened the first 12 weeks.
No, I'll try and keep it as least not serious as possible with training. So I play a few jokes, and that's how you enjoy it, I suppose. Especially the last few years when we haven't been going as well. You got to keep the motivation up somehow. So
clearly, Brad Agnew, one of the funniest guys we've recruited from the southeast, because I can't think of another funny one. I shouldn't say that in front of Millsy.
Yeah, Millsy. Yeah, he loves
he
the
might
joke.
come down and fix me up. But hey, Brad, look, a bit disappointing on the weekend, but fantastic. What a credit to play 100 senior games for Glenelg Football Club's a massive honour. And personally, I think you've got at least another 100 in you. You play tall, you play small, and you're the sort of guy that I would think guys like playing footy with. So well done, mate.
Thanks, Sol, mate. Cheers, mate.
All the best.